In this video, I want to demonstrate how to use the Thread Wizard to model a thread as shown here. Before we do that, we should discuss why would we bother with this. Well, one of the few reasons to bother with actually modeling a thread is we're going to 3D print the part on a rapid prototype machine, and we need the physical thread to check out that it's going to work, or a boss or customer has asked for it. If we're not 3D printing the thread though, I'm just going to switch back to my default configuration and come over here. The cosmetic thread is all we need. That will put the thread callout in our drawing and the thread can be manufactured. And since we're also just starting configurations, I want to point out I've switched to the default configuration, and you'll notice this is grayed out or suppressed. If I go back here, double click on the Thread Wizard configuration, I can now see this, and this is no longer grayed out because it's no longer suppressed and it's active only in this configuration. So if I select the sweep cut thread, again, it's suppressed and we don't see it. So I'm going to leave this configuration active, and then to show you how to model the Thread Wizard, I'm going to Control Tab back to my other part. So I'm going to rotate around, and now we're working with configurations, and everything we do from this point forward will make each configuration unique. So first I want to work with this configuration. I'm going to double click on it and make it active. Next, from the Features ribbon, I'm going to come to the whole wizard in the drop down menu below it, and I'm going to start a thread. And I should get a warning. I'm going to say OK. So what I want to first do is select the OD, which is the edge of the cylinder as it says here where the thread will start. So I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to work my way down. Now I'd like the thread to start out here at the edge of my chamfer. So I'm going to click in this field and tell it to start the thread here. I'm going to work my way down. I might come back and use the offset yet. I want the thread to start at 0 degrees, that's fine, or I can change it here. For the end condition, I can go blind, so many revolutions, or up to a selection. Well, I want my thread to go up to this face here. So I'll select that, and again, I can offset the thread either way. I'm going to keep scrolling down. Next, I want to tell it this thread is made with an inch die, because it's an inch thread. I'll select my size, 1/4 20. So the OD here is 1/4. This is all grayed out unless I'm making a custom thread. So it's telling me the OD of the thread is 1/4. The pitch is 50 thou, 1/20. And I want to make this thread by cutting it because I modeled this up to 1/4 inch. If I'd modeled it up to the minor diameter, then I would say extrude or add the thread. I can locate the thread profile. We see that with this dot here, but it's fine the way it is. I want to right-hand it thread. And now I want to come back and look. I would like it to end at this face and start at this face properly. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to tell it to trim with the start face and trim with the end face. We'll notice the preview changes. But if we come here to the start, all of a sudden our thread starts in the middle of the chamfer, and that won't work. So how do I fix that? Well, I come back here and I tell it to offset the thread, and I can change the offset direction to get it the right way. So you'll notice how the thread profile is now out here in front of the part, and that's what we want, but it will be trimmed with this face. It's as if the threading tool were here and going down the part making our thread. And again, if I had to, I could offset it the other way in case it doesn't come all the way off. So I could offset it a pitch increment either way or whatever distance I want. So the thread looks good. I'm going to say OK. And I've modeled up my thread so I can 3D print it, and it's only active in this configuration. We can see how it's suppressed in these other two configurations. If for some reason it's not suppressed, I'm going to come back here to the Feature Manager Design Tree, come down to the feature and right click on it, and then I'm going to select Configure Feature, and here I can tell it to suppress in these configurations. So I'll select OK. And in the next video, we'll look at how we add the sweep cut thread.